All right, let's jump right into a really big idea in the world of engineering. What's the absolute ultimate limit of how precise we can make something? Well, it turns out there's actually a single secret number that holds the key. And today, we're going to uncover it.
So here's the question I want you to think about. Just how perfect can a machine be? I mean, really, where is that line? When you're trying to achieve perfect balance, at what point does the machine just stop? Where's the absolute limit? Okay, so to find that limit, we're going to dive into the world of things that spin, like really fast. Think high-speed motors, turbines, you name it. Here's a basic fact of physics. Nothing is ever truly perfect. I mean, every single thing that spins, and I'm talking about everything from the tiny motor in your phone to a gigantic jet engine, has some tiny minuscule imperfection, a little wobble. And that's exactly what a balancing machine is for. Its whole job is to find that tiny unbalance and get rid of it.
But here's where it gets tricky. The closer you get to perfect, the harder it is for the machine to see what's left. Eventually, it just hits a wall, a fundamental limit where it literally cannot get any better. It's like the signal is just too small to detect anymore. So, that limit, that invisible wall we've been talking about, well, it has a name. And honestly, understanding this one term is the key to the whole thing. So let's decode what is basically the ultimate indicator of precision.
It's called MAR, M-A-R. That stands for Minimum Achievable Residual Unbalance. And here's the bottom line. MAR is the number that tells you the absolute best a balancing machine can possibly do. Once you go below that number, the machine is, for all intents and purposes, flying blind.
And just to give you a sense of how insanely small we're talking, a really high-end machine might have a MAR of about 0.1 micrometers. Now, what does that even mean? It means the machine can spot a shift in the center of gravity that is smaller than a single bacterium. That is just mind-bogglingly tiny.
So, a good way to think about it is like this. The signal is that tiny, tiny unbalance you're hunting for. And everything else, background vibrations, electrical interference, you name it, is the noise. MAR is that exact point where the signal just gets completely swallowed up by the noise. It's exactly like trying to hear someone whisper your name from across the stadium during a sold-out rock concert. Just not going to happen.
So, okay, if achieving a super low MAR is the name of the game, how do you actually do it? What are the key ingredients? Let's break down what it takes for a machine to reach that level of ultimate precision.
Well, it really comes down to three things, and they all have to work together perfectly. You've got your super sensitive sensors, a really smart system for filtering out noise, and a rock-solid mechanical structure.
First up, the sensors. You need sensors that are just unbelievably sensitive. We're talking about special piezoelectric sensors that can pick up the absolute faintest vibration from that tiny unbalance, even when the part is spinning at insane speeds.
Okay, next, that super faint signal has to go somewhere. It goes to the electronic brain of the machine. And its only job is to be the world's best bouncer, kicking out all the unwanted noise, vibrations from the floor, friction, electrical hum, and letting only that one true signal get through. And finally, none of that other stuff matters one bit if the machine itself is wobbly. The physical frame has to be absolutely rock solid. We're talking incredibly rigid and stable, because any, and I mean any, looseness or flex is going to create bad data and make getting a low MAR completely impossible. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Okay, that all sounds impressive, but what's stopping a company from just, fudging the numbers and claiming a super low MAR? Well, great question. Turns out there's a really strict, standardized test they have to pass.
Yeah, this isn't just some number a marketing team dreams up. A machine's MAR has to be officially proven. It's verified by a specific international standard, ISO 21940-21. This is the official stamp of approval that guarantees the number is real, it's consistent, and it's something you can actually trust.
And the test itself is pretty intense. What they do is they take a rotor that's already almost perfectly balanced. Then they stick on a tiny little weight that they've measured precisely. They run the machine and see what it says. Does the machine's measurement match the actual weight they put on? They do this again and again and again just to make absolutely sure the results are consistent and reliable. Okay, so we've got the what and the how of MAR. We know what it is, we know how it's tested, but so what? Why does this one number actually matter out there in the real world? Let's connect the dots from the theory to the actual factory floor. Right, here is the absolute golden rule when it comes to this stuff. The machine you're using to measure has to be way better than the thing you're actually measuring.
As a rule of thumb, its MAR value needs to be at least 3 to 5 times better, so lower, than the precision your actual part requires. And that buffer is everything. Just look at this. If the part you're making is allowed to have an unbalance of, say, 100 units, well, the machine you're using to check it needs to have a limit, a MAR, of 20 units or even less. You absolutely need that safety margin to be confident in your measurements.
So what happens if you don't have that big of a gap? Well, if your machine's limit is too close to your part's tolerance, your readings are going to be all over the place. They'll be unstable, unreliable. Basically, you can't trust them. And that means your whole quality control system, what's known as a GR&R study, is going to fail. Big problem.
All right, let's bring it all home. We spent all this time diving deep into this one single indicator. So why? Why does it matter so much?
Because at the end of the day, MAR is the ultimate benchmark. It really is the resolution bottom line. It's the one number that tells you straight up, no nonsense, the absolute smallest thing a balancing machine can possibly see.
You see, a low MAR isn't just a number on a spec sheet, it's proof. It's proof that the machine has top-notch sensors. It's proof of incredible noise filtering. It's proof of excellent, stable engineering. Basically, it's the ultimate sign that you have a measurement system you can actually depend on.
So here's a thought for you. The next time you use something with a high-speed motor, or really any piece of high-tech gear, just listen to that quiet hum. And maybe, just maybe, you'll think about all the invisible, incredible engineering hidden inside. The craftsmanship that pushes right up against the limits of physics, all in the hunt for that one secret number, MAR.